tell me one thing more. Like you have studied in India till your graduation, and then you pursued your masters in US. So, given the amount of exposure you have, what are the things which are similar in, say, India as well as in US, and how our systems differ? And can you suggest some changes which can be, very interesting to make?
So basically study related, right?
Yeah, study related.
Okay. So I would say similar. Okay, difference I could say our background is pretty good that we come from. I've seen a lot of courses that I've taken, be it maths, bio. There are things that are not taught in the education system, like while schooling here, which are taught
Hmm.
to us, and which is a very important plus factor. It's also a stereotype, but we know we are good at maths, so that is I wouldn't deny that because I've seen a lot of examples like
Hmm.
that we are good, and it's because of our education system, right? But similarities, yeah, I don't what are the similarities? I would say college life is college. Oh yeah, I don't know about similarities, but college life in India we have like our different classes, right? Like 8
Hmm.
to 5 p.m. we have probably 8 different subjects in a
8 to
day.
5. Come on, Mega. It's 9 to 5. Do
Oh
not take 1 hour away from my life.
no, hold on, it was 8 to 5 for us. I remember getting up
it,
at
it was never 8. 8 is the mess
eight
timing. Come
thirty,
on.
8:30 probably.
8:30 से पहले क्लास
Okay,
स्टार्ट होती
okay,
थी.
okay,
Now it is 9.
okay, okay.
Hmm.
All right, okay, that's good. That is like it's shorter. Good for the new kids. But yeah,
Hmm.
like yeah, 9 to 5 we had our classes, and then I remember we did have a lot of assignments in India, but compared to US, the assignments are a lot practical, more than what you book knowledge that you get in university. It's more of what exactly project you do. So I most of my courses were like from the beginning of the semester you start a project for the
Hmm.
course while the
Hmm.
classes were going on, and
Hmm.
weekly during the classes there used to be discussion with the professor. Oh, how far did you come, or there were a couple of points that you had to cover. Did you cover this? Like I was
Hmm.
working on different, like I was working on developing a biosensor for people with hemochromatosis. So like throughout my semester I worked on that. I think so I did mention to you one of I also participated in one of the AI hackathon, which was like by Cornell
Hmm.
University, IBM, Johnson and Johnson,
Hmm.
and then I was one of the finalists because I worked my whole semester, and I was like, oh, I have things in my hand, let's present it
Hmm.
there. I made a group there, and we were working on companion app for that, and which is why this is more practical compared to what we do in India. But of course, like I think so, India still students have a liberty to I know it's difficult, but if you want to work on some projects by yourself, talk to your professor. Though it is not always possible, not easy.
Hmm.
Professors might not be on, with you on that. But you should try. That's what I would say. But here
Hmm.
the load because of assignments, because you are also studying, you're taking your course, but you also have to do these projects simultaneously.
Hmm. Hmm.
So the load becomes a lot more. It's not that studies are hard, it's a time thing. You have to
Hmm.
get
Manage.
in, exactly, get in so many things, get so many things done within that period frame, and that makes it difficult, which is why people also have they get burned out when they're studying here.
Hmm.
But and like especially international students, I was also working my on-campus job. I was a teaching assistant, so that was another hand. But though like that job is not that difficult, I would say. Like personally, I didn't have that bad experience, so that was good. But still, you have to do that. You have to study. You have to do your projects. And biology, for especially bio courses, it's not just the coursework that you have. You also have labs. So
Hmm.
for the same subject. So same subject will have coursework, same subject will have projects, same subject will have labs. So it's like too many things just for one.
Yeah.
So that makes a bit difficult. But still, I think so. Students manage. Students always manage.
Students
Uh,
always have to manage, That's the
exactly. I
only
like.
way.
I think like studying in India does prepare us for a lot of things. So
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
you manage your personal life there in
Hmm.
India. So everything does get managed at the end, but there are these differences. And also, I'm thinking about similarities. Of course, there are a lot of similarities, but you get all kinds of features in India. And one of the things that we used to remember, in India we used to discuss some teachers. Of course, it's not all professors are good.
Yeah, you're talking about me that this guy was not good.
Not, I remember a lot of students were like, why doesn't he give attendance? Why, if I'm 1 minute late, why doesn't he let me in? Oh my God, you're so strict. Luckily for us, we used to get on time, so we never had that issue. But I know you were strict. You are strict.
Yeah, I am strict. Damn strict.
But that's good. I know that's a discipline as well. That's also a difference here. Students, and I've seen that. I don't know. I've also attended a couple of IT classes, like online. I've seen students do, and I've seen professors like not actually tolerating people getting late in the class. But if you see in US, you can come and you can go anytime. They don't care. Just don't disturb the class. Everything is fine. But go attend your call. Do that. Do anything. But just don't disturb the class. So that is a thing. Yeah. But on the similarity, I was talking about the professors. You get good professors, you get bad professors, and it's the same here. Like I remember back in India, we used to, professors in US would be not that, not bad. Like everyone would be good. No, it's the same. It's the same there. It's the same here. Struggles are same. It's just they're different, but they are same. Like you go through things. You go through. So yeah.
And how life treats you in US, because over here you are very protected and people take care of you. Language is not a barrier. Language in the US is also not a barrier because they speak English. But still, feeling homely with a natural language of yours, or with a mother tongue, and going to some other place might sound a little bit different. But like the lifestyle which you people get in India, not only SMVDU but in India, and when you shift to US, so what are those things which you have to manage?
So I would say, like, of course, lifestyle when you get to US improves a lot, because, like, of course, it's a developed country. You have a lot of already developed systems here. But one of the main things that, like, when I got here, and I know, like, all of, like, Indian students, we have been watching, American shows, American, like, everything, Hollywood dramas, everything. And we do know what the culture is here. And it's for a lot of people, it's not a culture. When I came, it was not a culture shock for me, because I knew how things go on. And I would say even India is almost similar these days. So exactly, there's no difference there. I would say, like, a lot of times I think Indian people are more, like, open-minded. Sometimes I think there are times when you see, like, there's, like, open-mindedness more in Indian people, but there are different situations. But also I would say food was one of the most things that when I came here, I was like, oh no. And I'm a foodie. But sadly, I'm a vegetarian foodie. So
you are a vegetarian foodie surviving in US. My God.
Exactly.
It's a miracle. You should write it on your CV that, look, I am a veggie and I'm a foodie and I'm in US. Oh my God. Amazing.
People change. Like, I remember while I was applying to universities, US was not one of my priorities. Like, I only applied to NYU in US, but I was trying, like, Europe. I applied to Europe. I was also I was selected for South Korean government scholarship to study there, and, like, they would cover everything. And I was, like, trying to prepare myself. Like, if I'm going to South Korea, I have to eat fish. Like, in South Korea, like, I was preparing if I was going there, so I know there's not at all a lot of vegetarian options. I know US would have it, but not Korea, right? And I was like, okay, I need to start eating fish. Do I need to do that? I can't even eat an egg. Fish is the last thing that I can
Oh, but I must tell you that there are Bengalis who do not eat eggs, but they eat fishes.
Oh, wow.
And they also love to call themselves vegetarians, because they say that I do not eat any non-veg thing. Ah, okay, fish.
Fish, fish,
But it's
pes-
vegetarian. Yeah.
pescatarians. Oh yeah,
That is so common for people in Bengal, but I guess so not in other place.
yeah. Oh, I've heard those are like even in the US as well. People like, yeah, I'm a vegetarian. It's just I just eat fish. So like I'm a
Mhm,
pescatarian. I will eat fish, but not other. I'm like, okay,
mhm.
that's fine. That's you do you whatever you want to do.
Yeah, obviously.
But yeah, like I was like trying to prepare, but I could not. But luckily I came here, and then even here, luckily I was in New York, so it's a very diverse community in New York. It's one of the diverse cities in US. So and there's these days a lot of trend and fashion of being vegan and
Being
vegetarian.
vegan, yeah, that is for sure.
Exactly,
Because I
exactly.
also travel to Europe a lot, and I say in last 15 years, the first part of 15 years, if I will talk about, so everything was non-vegetarian. But
Mm,
nowadays, in last 5 years or so, I have seen the culture of vegan going so high, and so many people whom we know, they
right.
were normal people, or I will call them non-vegetarian people, but now they have turned to vegan life,
Exactly.
completely vegan life. They do not take
Right.
even anything, whatever you can imagine about. So
Exactly.
this is
Yeah.
something which has become very prominent these days, and I guess so now nobody from vegetarian background will have a problem surviving in any part of this world.
Exactly. Survival is
Hmm.
not a problem. I think I was
Hmm.
like going through statistics a couple of days ago, and it was
Hmm.
showing how vegetarianism in US and Europe has been increasing, like
Hmm.
while they did poll, but in India it is decreasing. Of course, like it's slowly people are like,
In
wow.
India, in India, does not matter whether it is increase or decrease. The hypocrisy will always increase.
Oh, yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't talk to anyone about that in
Yeah,
India.
this is some. It's it's
But
it's it's like everybody does it and nobody talks about it. So
exactly,
it's a
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
the
yeah,
biggest
that's the
problem.
thing. Yeah, the US, of course, you get Indian food. Like I know there's like New Jersey is right next to New York, and there's this like
Hmm.
Indian street, and I could find like mini Ahmedabad there, like all the
Hmm.
shops in Ahmedabad, like
And you
famous.
have been to Gujarat, right? You were in Gujarat for quite some time.
My home is in Gujarat. So,
Yeah, but you
yeah.
have also connection in Jammu, right?
Yeah, so basically my background, like I'm Punjabi and Dogri. Like my dadi ji was from Jammu, and I have my family in Jammu, and my
Okay.
family's in Punjab. But I'm
Okay.
born in Gujarat, then brought up in Mumbai and Gujarat. So it's a mix.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So there is a
So
lot of connection. Yeah, pan
exactly,
India connection.
exactly, true Indian.
True Indian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Like
yeah,
I
like
was born in Madhya Pradesh and so on, but
right,
my parents are from Bengal,
yeah,
so all these things.
exactly,
Well,
exactly.
studied in Uttar Pradesh, working in Jammu and Kashmir. Amazing.
Yeah, sometimes I used to get confused. I'm like, are you Bengali or are you from MP? I was
Yeah,
like, but
people thought
that
that I'm from Jammu and Kashmir as well
oh
because I'm a
wow,
Sharma, right? Like you.
exactly, exactly. Oh yes, like I didn't have an issue as soon as I got here. I was like, everyone is Sharma. Everyone is like,
Everybody Sharma.
and
Yeah,
and Megha
शर्माना ही नहीं है यहाँ पे सब शर्मा है.
Sharma and Juria. Like these are
uh,
the
I
common
guess so
names.
Sharma and Gupta are very common in Jammu. Very common.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So these two surnames predominantly you will find a lot.
right,
And in India, I guess so Sharma and Singh are very common surnames. So
exactly,
you will
exactly.
find it in every place. Means
Right.
down south also you can get as well as above, right, left, wherever you
Mm,
go, you will find
exactly.
Sharma's names. That's
Right.
for sure. So
Yeah.
that happens. And it's the pan India thing which we carry with us.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
now tell me one thing more, which is very interesting, and I guess so it will be very important for students as well. That after you complete your masters at some place, like say people are going to US, Canada, or Europe, and something like
Yeah.
that. After that, how you people go for this job hunt? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, I need a good job to sustain. है ना?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how you people go for that job hunt?
So job hunt. Okay. So for me, especially, I graduate. I was the first batch who graduated in like COVID. We
Mhm.
had faced. I would say personally, we had faced the most difficulties because when we were like pursuing our final semester, uh,
Mhm.
job like hiring freeze started. Like most companies, even the biggest of all companies, they had like stopped hiring. Personally, like if it wouldn't have been there, I think so it would have been much easier for me to get a job. Though I did get like within a couple of months of graduating, I did get a job. But I would also say like I started applying for jobs, I think 2 semester ahead of
Yeah, that is
just
something which I guess so the other day another girl was saying who is in UK,
uh,
that if you have to apply for everything 1 year before,
one
whether
like
it's a job, whether it is studies, whether it is going for research, does not
exact
matter what, you really have to apply 2 semesters. That means 1 year before.
exactly. It is pretty important because it's not even like, of course, if you apply 2 semesters ahead and you get a job, it's just an experience to know how rejections are there, because it's not that
Hmm.
easy. It's not that easy that you'll apply and you'll get a job. And it's a
Hmm.
competition here, especially having international students. In India, you have a competition among your like your Indian students,
Hmm.
but when you get here, it's like top of all the countries, right?
The whole
Everyone.
world is the whole world is competing. Yeah.
Exactly. So it becomes more difficult.
Hmm.
But it's always good to start. And if I've seen a lot of people get offers before they graduate.
Hmm.
So that's great. And universities help a lot as well. They have their own career fairs and their own connections which they help you with. You have
Hmm.
professors writing you recommendation. Um, it's just that for me, COVID had like I remember before graduating, or no, like I think so by the end last semester, I probably applied to 2,000 places,
Hmm.
just application doing interviews, and I was getting to the final stages of interviews, but at the end of the time, and they're like, oh, because suddenly the COVID happened, they're like, we'll stop here. We won't be going ahead with any of it. We can't hire right now. I think people were being kicked out of their jobs, so it would
Hmm.
have
Yeah.
been more difficult. But luckily I got I was like and moreover I was shifting into data science while I was working bioinformatics. I was doing a lot of coding during like my last couple of semesters. I did my bioinformatics internship at NYU Dentistry for almost 2 semesters.
Hmm.
I was like all like going to different data science conferences like PyData. I was hosting those conferences. I was getting involved. I was meeting different companies. I was going to Microsoft, and especially being in New York helped me a lot
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
New York is a place where every company is there, right? Even my NYU University, our engineering campus where we had, it is like located between all these big companies. One of the reasons because it's easy, like you are among them. You go
Hmm.
to internships. It's easy to hire JP Morgan. Everyone is there around
Hmm.
you. So that was one of the greatest opportunities that your university does provide you. But yeah, like luckily I was applying for, I had to move into research because it was not easy for getting into technical jobs because of
Hmm.
COVID. So I interviewed for, I was actually interviewing for Harvard. I also got interviewed for FDA people wanted me, but it was a whole deal because we have this, like we have to get a job within 3 months after graduating or else we have to move back.
Hmm.
uh, I got that offer from Harvard Medical School before the FDA, so I joined Harvard Med. I was doing cancer research, the like head and neck cancer research,
Hmm.
getting like, and my lab was situated in the hospital, near the hospital. So as soon as the tumor surgery was done, I used to get tumor. I used to like freshly operate, like process the tumors. But it was a great experience for me. I wouldn't have gotten that
Hmm.
opportunity anyway. So, and working at Harvard is also good for your job.
Amazing. We're talking
So,
about Harvard in a sense that we are talking about Stira here.
I would say like when you're in Boston, it's like it's Harvard, MIT everywhere. So
Yeah,
that,
obviously, that's the truth.
yeah.